Hey, welcome back. I got a new kind of segment now. The BDE Best Damn Evaluations. I figured any film review, player evaluation, player profile, or whatever. I'll do it with this. It really didn't fit. I mean, it's not going to deal with fantasy. It's more dealing with draft or scouting and things like that. And yeah, it didn't seem like it fit with only fans of football because I'm gonna have like soccer and recruiting and stuff like that. So I don't want to throw evaluations on there too. And then it's not fantasy football, so it's not offensive fantasy football, flexible fantasy football, or dynasty deity. So I was like, fuck it, we'll just throw a little another segment in there. So all my film reviews, player evaluations, maybe draft stuff like the big board and mock drafts. All that'll be under best damn evaluations, I guess. That was not in the introduction video. We're still kind of doing things on the fly. Still new to this, still trying to figure it out. Honestly, probably having 5 different segments for one individual is probably too many, but I don't know, multiple personalities or something. Probably, I don't know. There's a lot of different versions of me. I got a lot of different interests. I like to talk about a lot of different shit. So, just to make it a little easier to categorize it or, you know, give y'all an idea of what the content is on the BTTN channel. That's why I got that. You can see this little thing in the top left corner and get a pretty good idea of what that video is going to entail or consist of. What type of content you're going to be signing up for. Um, that being said, this is going to be Travis Hunter's film review. I don't like that thing popping up back there. I got a TV on in my background. It's messing up occasionally. I got a nose thing going on too. Oh, good thing. It's basically just gonna be watching a video and commenting on it. I've already done Luther Burden. This will be my second one. I got Tetera McMillan, Savion Williams, Trey Harris, Matthew Golden, many more on the way. Um, and it's gonna be taking the footage from Just the Tape. That's the channel that I'm gonna use to kind of review all targets and all catches. It's not a full player review because I'm not watching all 22 film and seeing every snap and every route ran. In all fairness, the Burden and some of these other wide receivers, there may be a lot of plays where they're open and a quarterback doesn't get on the ball. They still could run a good route or beat coverage. I don't have access to all 22 and just I got access to quite a few games, but even watching the full game, it's going to be broadcast, and you're not going to see DBs, wide receivers, and some linebackers. It's not the best way to evaluate players on that because you're really only going to see when the ball goes their way. You're not going to be able to see anything downfield or things like that. Broadcast is good for quarterbacks, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and running backs, but and some linebackers, if they're blitzing, if they're in spy, and same thing with tight ends, if they're like on delayed route and whatever. But for the most part, all 22 is what you need for those type of evaluations. So, anyways, let's get into it. I don't want to. I make everything last way too long. I say a lot of just pointless shit. Fuck it. So here it is. Boom. All right, Travis Hunter. Hold on, let's pause that. 96 receptions, 1,258 yards, 15 touchdowns, 13 yards per catch. He had 2 rushing attempts for 5 yards and 1 touchdown. And I just want to throw some other stats out there as well. I got his PFF stuff. So it's funny. He went to Jackson State first. He was the number 1 overall recruit, and Deion Sanders was the coach at Jackson State. Shadir had already played 1 season there. Deion had already been there 1 season, I believe. And Yeah, he won that conference or whatever. Excuse me. But he was primarily viewed as a DB. So in 2022, is that what that is? Where's total? Total snaps. Okay. He played 503 snaps at cornerback as a true freshman. He was only a wide receiver for 66 snaps, and only 60 of those did he run a route. 60 routes. Only 22 targets, 17 receptions, 187 yards, 4 touchdowns, though. He actually had an 85.8 receiving grade on that short or small sample size, the limited usage. Then everyone moved to Colorado for the 2023 season. He's a true sophomore at this point. He had 350 snaps or passing plays. Snaps lined up on the field on pass plays, so it's not total snaps. He ran 333 routes. He had 73 targets, 57 receptions, 721 yards, 5 touchdowns. He had a 78.9 receiving grade as a sophomore. Let's just see what he did on defense. 592 snaps on defense. So 592, almost 600 snaps on defense to go along with 350 routes. That's not necessarily snaps. But still, 333 routes. 350 pass plays, but 333 routes. That's 333 plays where he's actually running around and expending energy and trying to get open. That's 900 plays for that season. That's his sophomore season. All right, 721 yards, 5 touchdowns, 78.9 receiving grade. Go to 2024. Uh, 121 targets. They don't have targets up there. They do have like the receptions, the yards, and the touchdowns. So I don't need to go over that. He had an 89 receiving grade, 539 passing snaps, 502 where he ran a route, 502 where he's running around trying to get open as a wide receiver. 89 grade, by the way. You go to defense, where he was great. And he won the Blitnikoff, by the way. He was the best wide receiver in college football, according to whoever votes on the Blitnikoff. He played 776 snaps on defense with a 90 overall grade in coverage, an 88.2 grade overall for defense. 776 snaps on defense. 502 routes. Not snaps, not even pass plays. 502 pass plays where he ran a route. That's over 1,200 snaps total. And when you look at his coverage grade, his defense grade, and his receiving grade, and the production on both, that's so crazy to me. I feel you got to put that in perspective as well. Like, he is out here playing every single down, basically, and playing at the highest level on both sides of the ball. Now, when we watch this video, I do get into it and I explain. I think playing corner actually makes him better. He plays out wide as a corner. He's, a wide receiver. He's a X or a Z. He's not a slot guy. And then when you look at how green he is, like in 2022, his true freshman year at Jackson State, 22 targets, only 66 pass play snaps. Only 60 where he ran a route. Only ran 60 routes his true freshman year. 187 yards. To go from that to over 1,000 total snaps, 502 of which he's running a route as a wide receiver, and he's putting up that kind of stats that you see right there with the grades, according to PFF, that he has. He is my wide receiver 1 in this class for that. If he just focused on wide receiver, and when I think about how green he was, how much he's already improved at wide receiver over that short period of time, and he actually did better when he went to a bigger school and a bigger conference. I mean, he didn't really exploit or take too advantage of the Jackson State opponents. He was used significantly more as a junior, but his senior year, it was, I think he was 333 routes. His junior year, he goes up to 502. That's just fucking wild. So I just wanted to put that in perspective and give you that data going into this, just so you know that, because I feel like it's relevant. Now let's watch the film. Let me pull up his PFF data so I know the opponents and the schedule. North Dakota State is the first game. And keep in mind, some of these, Shedeur holds the ball a long time. Like, these aren't just running 90 or 502 routes. Oh, yeah. He's like running a while, trying to get open. And I do think he made Shedeur look really good. Watching this film, it makes me not like Shedeur as much. That's just a great play on the ball right there. He's extremely physical, and I think that comes from the DB side. He attacks the ball. He also knows what DBs kind of do. He always catches the ball with his hands. He actually has some of the best ball skills. This right here, I love this. He draws the pass interference right there, and he was a little passive right there. He didn't attack the ball right there. This one, we're going to pause this. Look at that. And he still drew the pass interference and caught it. Right there, he stops. And I brought this up on the Luther Burden tape. I bring this up anytime I talk about receivers. Attack the ball. Don't let the defender get in between you and the ball. Don't let the ball get in between you and the defender where they, each of y'all have a 50-50 shot. Stay in between the defender and the ball. The defender loses leg. Like you can see the defender's behind him, further away from the goal line, further away from the ball he starts to be, because Hunter stops and starts attacking. That's also why he drew the flag. Now, aside from that, he fucking catches it. Now, he's got it in one hand right there. That's like a one-hand grab initially. He knocks it into his other hand. You don't see that from really any wide receiver ever. That's the DB in him, I think, because a DB has to cut off the angle. A DB has to get in front of the wide receiver to intercept the ball, to play the ball. And because of his DB experience, you see that a lot. Like, he attacks the ball like very few wide receivers do. And I love him for that. He may be green as a route runner. He may not have played a whole bunch of snaps in his whole college career. Like, he's, increased significantly, exponentially, I guess, within the 2 years. But I feel like there's just so much more that he can grow just in the nuance of wide receiver. But that skill alone is one reason why he is so productive and just his insane endurance. There he is. I think he draws another foul. No, it was uncatchable. Right there. He took a hit right there. That was a hard hit. He's got to have a little bit better awareness. That's an awful ball. Like he had a high ass catch rate. Honestly, most of them he didn't catch, damn weren't catchable. Right there, he attacked the ball too, and he messed up the angle of the defender. It's a screen pass. The defender goes. He knows that, so he comes forward and runs at it. Changes the whole. The defender took a bad because receivers don't do that typically. And that I think is Tommy Hill. That's a decent cornerback. That's an NFL caliber cornerback right there. I feel like he's just as good at making people miss or with the ball in his hands as Luther Burden. Aside from just being a better receiver, better route runner, better at catching the ball. But we'll let Tate do talking. He's at the bottom of the screen, I think. Shadir looks off, comes back to him. I mean, yeah, he can be a heavy volume guy. He can get the gadget plays. He's definitely not one-dimensional. You can basically line him up and use him any way you want. He can fit in just about any offense if you choose to use him as a wide receiver. Right there, he scrambles, finds a hole in the zone. He's always Shadir's outlet. Shadir constantly looks for him. Oh, he dropped that. Oh. That was a good throw in that window. That was very good timing. Good throw by Shadir right there. And then Shadir's defense. I mean, yeah, he didn't have the best offensive line. It's significantly improved this year as opposed to last year. Last year was real bad. He's really good on those curl routes. It's like he knows what DBs do, and he does the opposite. And I think that's his DB experience gives him a different perspective than most wide receivers. On those curl routes, on those like kind of just comeback or stop routes, I imagine it's kind of like an option route. If the DB plays him close, he'll go deep. If the DB gives him too much space, he stops and takes the 8-yard, kind of curl comeback, whatever. Beautiful play call, possibly a pick. It's at the bottom of the screen. All right, just a little screen. He did the reverse spin again. I don't know what happened to that DB there. I wish I had all 22 there. The highlight doesn't really show it, I don't think. They don't even show a highlight. I have no idea what happened there. There he is drawing another pass. He draws more pass interference than anyone because he attacks the ball. We'll just go back to that. I want to go back to that because let's go back to this too. Let's see what happens on this. He's in bounds. Did they call a touchdown there? It's 21-3 right there. That's 28. Okay. I guess that's one of those where it's kind of, it has a back shoulder. I guess it really wasn't back shoulder. But either way, he attacked it. He didn't quit on it. And he made the defender run through him. Which is all you got to do. You just stop and you attack it with your hands. Oh, ooh. He definitely has some wiggle. There he is getting open for Shadir again. I love that. He did that kind of little like hezzy. It was almost like the football version of a hezzy. Kind of chopped his leg up and stuff. There he is attacking again. I think he draws a flag. Yep. Defender didn't get his head around. He gets so many, more than any other receiver. I mean, it is a skill that every receiver should do, and I guess they don't develop it for some reason. Just attack the ball, and I honestly believe it's the DB in him that he does that. I've watched a lot of receiver film this year, over the years. I mean, but in this class especially, and very few attack the ball. Like, here's one of those plays where he's just running for his life. So Hunter's just out here running for days, trying to get open. With 700 something defensive snaps under his belt too. That's what when I look at that, that's what I think about. It's like he's playing every play on defense, and he's doing this. Imagine if he didn't even play defense, which he's probably too good for you not to play defense, not to use him on defense. But I feel like he's absolutely too good at wide receiver not to use him as a wide receiver heavily, not sporadically, not occasionally like Charles Woodson, or I don't even know if Champ Bailey was used, but he is a legit number one wide receiver. He is the number one wide receiver in this class, in my opinion. If he just played wide receiver, he would be a top 10 pick at wide receiver, and he'd be the first one off the board, in my opinion. And I don't see the argument. I mean, I get he's great at cornerback. He possibly possesses, rare traits, or he's a rare, type of player. Look at that. Drew the flag and catches. And I love that. I mentioned that. It's like when you attack the ball, okay, you can draw the flag, and in college it's only a 15-yard penalty. So you still want to catch the ball, because catching the ball is better than 15 yards in this situation. In the NFL, it's a spot foul, but even still, you can catch it and maybe score a touchdown. But his ball skills are so good, he fights through the contact and catches it. I mean, he's the number one player in this draft, in my opinion, and it's not close. Now, the question is, as an NFL team, are you going to play him at both? I mean, he has the talent to be a number one corner and a number one wide receiver. The problem is if he gets hurt, you lose two starters, which is funny because I've been thinking about that, and I just watched McShay, and he said he never thought about that. Someone, I guess, brought that up to him, a scout. God, just right there, he cuts in between the two defenders. He kind of attacks the ball again. Now, it's before the safety can actually get over there and make a play, but even still, he doesn't even give the safety a chance, really. Because when you attack the ball, it changes. They don't expect you to run towards the ball. They expect you to keep with your route and meet the ball, or have the ball meet you. But when you go and you meet the ball, it fucks them up. Here's another one of those plays where he's just running, 5, 6, 7, 8 second route right here. Got a face mask too, because he never quits. He gives 100% on every play, which is even more insane considering all the plays he plays. And he does it on both sides of the ball. Right? He's trying to break tackles. He's always trying to make something happen. He is special. Absolutely deserved the Heisman. That's a good open field tackle. He lost yards on that, I think. I think the blue line's line of scrimmage, yeah. Oh no, I got a bug in here. He really loves that outside turn. And like I said, like Shadur constantly looks for him. Like when this is his highlight film, so obviously all these passes are going to. Oh, he drew pass interference again. This might be Takario Davis. He was, before the season started, projected, first round, second round pick as a corner. He's a 6'4", 200-pound corner, I think. And he dogs Takario out. That's another flag, I think. Oh, no, I guess not. Whoa. I guess he didn't do great against Arizona. I didn't see that many Arizona highlights, but that took forever. That right there. I said, watching this film really made me. He's on his back foot, falling back. So okay, and the hash marks are wider in college. He's not completely at the hash mark, but that ball just takes forever to get there. I feel like. He's got an NFL pedigree. He grew up around the NFL. This isn't Shadir's tape or anything, but Shadir, I think it's risky. I think Shadir is a risky player. He hasn't played for anyone other than his dad. His dad coached him in high school, at Jackson State, and at Colorado. No one's going to look out for you. No one's going to have your best interest at heart like your father. On the flip side, Deion Sanders hasn't really coached without his son being his quarterback either. Shadir playing quarterback is what got him to start coaching, I believe, in high school. I think he coached his youth football teams and just moved on with them throughout the years. I'm not commenting too much on the film because the film kind of speaks for itself. I'm more commenting on the situation. And I guess I'm taking it as an opportunity to discuss Shadir. Actually, I have him as my fourth quarterback. I got Jalen Milroe and Jackson Dart ahead of him. Jackson Dart's younger, played at USC, played at Ole Miss. I liked him, and he's more mobile. And then Jalen Milroe, he's from Texas. He played Texas high school football. He was, really good there. He was a UT commit originally. Yeah. I just love mobile quarterbacks. He might be Jalen Hurts 2.0. I was a big fan of Jalen Hurts too. Also played high school football in Texas. So that's an uncatchable pass right there. He always just tries so hard to be available, to make himself available for Shadir, to bail him out. Oh, God. I love that he just throws it down. He's so frustrated with himself. That was uncatchable. That might have been throwaway. He already had one of the highest catch rates, like target to catch percentages. I mean, you see the ones that he didn't catch, other than the drops due to lack of concentration, which I think that I've seen 2 so far. Most of them are uncatchable. I feel like that's something that you got to pay attention to too. Oh my God, look at that burst! Look at that burst! Like, whatever people like about Burton, he has that. I don't think him and Burton are even in the same ballpark. I'm not high on Burton, but even those that are high on Burton, I don't know how you can look at these players' tapes and think that Burton's a top 10, top 15 draft pick, even if he's wide receiver 3. Now, Ted, I do think is a top 10 pick. I think Ted's very good. Ted's film supports that. But Burton's film does not. Now he lost yards right there. That was damn near uncatchable. He's just kind of mad. He's like, what the fuck? Little drag route. He kind of shovels it to him. He sets the block up with the hezzy. Kind of does a little stutter step. Here's Shadir running for his life. He starts pointing. He's looking for Hunter. It's a throwaway. I'm not even sure he was targeted on that. I hope that didn't start as a target. He's wide open right there. And he never sees him. And yeah, he kind of just throws it away. It's disappointing. Things happen. It's just one play. Here's running for his life again. And just underthrows it horribly. He drew a flag, right? Yeah, you have to draw a flag right there. Defender didn't turn. But yeah, Shadir just doesn't have the arm. You can't be going fucking 15, 20 yards, away from the line of scrimmage if you can barely throw the ball 40 yards. Now that time, I mean, the offensive line he had to do that. It would have been a sack. And he is evasive. He's really good. I mean, he's had so much experience of having just putting people in a blender. He stood in the pocket and held that for a long time. But the ball just takes forever to get there. And he's a contested catch, man. He's not a big dude. And he's not experienced as a wide receiver. Safety, everyone's coming at him. I think he draws the flag because that DB hits him without playing it. Yeah, he timed it pretty good. Maybe not. But yeah, he comes down with it every time. Catches it with his hands. He attacks it. He jumps up. He meets it at a high point. Just everything I would just want receivers to do. He has great, yak ability, or, he can make people miss in the open field. Or he can, turn a small gain into a big gain. He's smart. He gets open. He can find holes in zones. He can run any route. He's got energy. He can run for days. I mean, he's running on all these long plays. He's doing that having played. Look at that. Look at that. That is something you do not see from Burden. He sees the safety. I mean, the corner was in front of him. Let me go back further. I went too far. I went way too far. My bad, y'all. I think this is the play. So they're neck and neck. The corner does kind of have a step. So he's on the outside. He stops. He's outside the cornerback right there. He stops and cuts in because that's the only way he's going to get to the ball. The cornerback doesn't know where it's at, but Travis Hunter does. And then he lays out and almost gets it. That heart, that awareness, that ability, he just left the cornerback completely readjusted to go catch the ball. You just don't see that. And the cornerback kind of quit on it. He didn't really fight. He lost. He got lost. He probably could have got a pass interference, and the safety, he was kind of there. I love that. Like, God, shit like that, you can't teach, or apparently you can't. Oh, I love this. Is insane. He's Moses right here parting the Red Sea. Just parting the Red Sea. Look at that. Look at that. Whoop. All right. Oh, set my people free. Man, we got 5 more minutes. I've seen enough. Like I've seen plenty. I don't need to see anything. Well, he got a flag though. Just draws pass interference nonstop. I mean, you're gonna have a rough day if you're. Oh my God, he's just gone. He's just gone. He has great vision. Considering he hasn't played that many offensive snaps, to be this good with the ball in his hands, to be this good at adjusting, playing the ball as a receiver, catching it with his hands, fighting through contact. His ability to get open and, man, he's so fucking good. Last year's wide receiver class was insane, and hell, he could be fighting Marvin Harrison as the number 1 wide receiver in that class. I feel like people are really sleeping on him as a wide receiver. I mean, as a wide receiver, I feel like look at that. He attacked the ball again, or he stopped. I mean, the ball was underthrown, so I don't know. But he plays it. He catches it with his hands. See, he's stopping right there, and he knows he's going to get it and basically cut in. He already knows what he's going to do, and the safety is approaching like he's not. Like he had his angle. He completely had to change his angle. He wasn't expecting that because wide receivers don't typically do that. Now the ball was also underthrown. But some people try to catch it with their hip. They just try to keep going on their same route. And he is quick to cut off a route or shorten a route. And I love it. This is one of the best wide receiver films I've seen. Now, quality of cornerback on him, you know, you can question that, but also, you know, he had Carter Davis, he had Tommy Hill. Those are NFL, you know, caliber players. He played Kansas. You got Melo Dotson and Kobe Bryant. Kansas State has Jacob Parrish. I mean, he played against NFL talent at corner. See, the Heisman. He starts doing the Heisman pose somewhere. Yeah, that's not a target. That should not count as a target for him. So that's where Shedeur is good. Shedur's trying to get this man killed, but look at the heart. 3 guys. And he's the only one that gets the hand up. And he if it was thrown just a little bit lower, he catches that probably. I mean, he's fully extended, hands all the way extended, high pointing the ball. I mean, a DB's over here hitting him in his chest, and another one's hitting him in his leg, basically flipping him. It's hard to bring that down. But damn. That right there was a point on ball. God, he conveyed the rush though. I feel like, was he out of bounds on that? Did that count? If he stops and he gets the defender to stop and they both start from 0, he's going to beat you to the spot. If you don't have help, I like that. Now, I think he was tired right here. I watched this. This is a lazy route. I mean, he's playing every fucking snap. So it is what it is. So he's kind of like, whatever. He's not really. But then he faked the DB because you think he's going to run out wide to get open. You see the DB, he's stumbling because he cuts back and he just goes to open space. Boom. And I think it's honestly because he didn't want to fucking work hard. He just did some kind of jab step and then he looked tired on that play. That was one of the few lazy routes where he maybe looked exhausted. Right there, got a little turf toe. Go down. Yeah, just go down. Whew. Man, that shit, these targets, these aren't catchable. Like his catch rate would be even higher if you really went over catchable balls. Look at that. Once again, now he didn't actually make the DB draw the foul, but he still attacks it, stops. Look at him, he stops. He starts slowing down. DB touched him, but I guess he gets his head around, and boom, he catches it with his hands. He does not let the DB, get close to the ball. He stays kind of in between. Right there. He caught that. He brought that down. He stops again, lets the DB overrun it, and foul him. He gets the flag. He gets all that, and still brings it down. Oh, he didn't get the flag. He's calling for the flag. It should have been a flag. I don't know how you don't call that. Now, this is the bowl game, so this is last bit. I don't think he does much in this bowl game. They get torched in this bowl game. BYU destroys them. Oh, this is a conference champ. No, yeah, it says Valero. Is this BYU? Can you have 2 Big 12 teams play each other? That's weird. I didn't think the same conference could play each other in bowl games. I don't know. Maybe with conference realignment and no Pac-12 really it changed. 27-0. Yeah. Look at this. Does he draw a flag? He's over here fighting 3 people again, trying to catch it. He never quits on anything. And this is the last play. It's a little bitty. Oh, he fucking bobbles that one. So that's it. Once again, that was just the tapes video. Man, he's freaking good. He's freaking good. Wide receiver 1. Feel free to tell me what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe. And if you like that, there'll be more on the way. I got Ted McMillan, Trey Harris, Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, Jack Beck, Colston Loveland. I got a whole bunch more. I'm going to try to do as many as I can. And I'll have some like other kind of like a video reviews or like fantasy football shows and stuff. That won't be on this channel, but like Dynasty Lands rookie rankings or whatever, or Dynasty Domains rookie rankings, or Cornerstone rankings, blah blah. I'll like review those videos, or do kind of like a watch along on that, where I'm kind of just throwing in my 2 cents. I used to leave like long comments, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just make a video. But yeah, that's all we got right there for Travis Hunter. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace out.